Well, our race has already started. Literally, just that quickly. Go-Go Literacy. Yes. Both players have collected the book. Don't worry about the tracking. We are going to do something about that soon. So, we'll catch up.
Alrighty. Yeah, what have we missed so far?
Well, we did get a quick crystal check, and we got the flute and the boots. The flute and the book, yeah, so fast. So that was the interesting tell so far. But yeah, I am joined by Zyrak today, and I'm of course Hiei. And we are going to be commentating this run for you. Exciting main tourney. Hope everyone's enjoying it so far.
Yeah, really good matchup here between two people who are fixtures in the late night, in particular the late night races you'll find almost daily on SRL. It's two extremely solid players who don't really have any real weaknesses. They're just really solid all around, so it should be really close top 8 match.
And as of what else they found so far, it looks like they found some rupees. That's always a nice thing to have in the beginning. They already have like 400 or so.
Yep, lets you buy bombs early. You don't have to worry about farming them or anything like that, and just makes you more efficient overall in terms of routing your early game out.
And as chat has already noticed, they found the flute early, so that's really great for fast travel. They can just flute around instead of using save and quit as more, but still not having that mirror still forces you to save and quit quite a bit.
Yeah, if we don't run across the mirror shortly. Yeah, the mirror, boots, and flute, your 3 major travel items. Early on, the flute, honestly, probably the one that, as nice as boots are, the flute probably the one that saves you the most amount of time here early. I sure hope there are some swag ducks in chat right now.
And I think I caught what the crystals were, so I'm going to put that in for us. So we do have a Tower of Hera, seems like it was one of the crystal combos 5 and 6. Eastern was a crystal and Desert was a pendant, so...
Okay, interesting.
Not too bad.
Yeah, Desert being a pendant, I mean, if you're going to get a Light World dungeon with a pendant, Desert probably the best one, considering you're probably going to Eastern to check it out at some point anyway, and Desert definitely has the largest amount of item requirements to unlock. And there's a hammer in the Kakariko well.
Well, yeah, absolutely hammer time right now, everybody, folks.
Yeah.
Man, we are getting lots of great items here. I mean, hammer unlocks so much. Just hope they get a lift soon, because that will then give them, of course, Darkworld access once they have that pearl, too.
Yeah, that's right. The hammer, just having something with the hammer's damage as a reusable weapon early on is really nice, too. This lets you clear out, like, the front of escape really easily, for instance. It's a really nice item to pick up early.
All these bomb capacity. Well, so you might want them to use a lot of bombs, but I'm so glad they found that hammer. Having that item that you have unlimited usage is always great to have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see after they head up into the Lost Woods here, exactly what they decide to do. I would South Shore, obviously Mini Moldorm Cave is pretty nice chest density, but with no Moon Pearl and no flippers, you kind of would like to be able to route your route the water locations in with it if you can. It's interesting to see if either of them decide to head straight to Sahasrara and Eastern for potentially 6 items there. Nice 80 rupee tree pull. Kyong.
Oh, that's really decent. Having that tree pull there. Oh, wow. Look at that. More money for you.
And Kyong.
Oh, wow.
The early ped check from both runners.
We are getting an early ped check. That's kind of crazy. Well, this is probably one of the best convenient times because they're kind of on the way already.
Yeah, absolutely. Half magic. So.
Ooh. Well, that was half the hype after all.
So probably will not be getting that unless the seed requires them to clear the pendant dungeons out anyway, and you're up there for Skull Woods. Maybe you grab it, but 99% we will not be seeing half magic in this seed.
I guess we're not going to get that half.
Half magic doesn't actually speed you up or anything, but it definitely can change the way you play. You definitely need to be a little bit more conservative. If we run across something like an early fire rod, for instance, you're going to be a little more careful with how you use it as opposed to not having half magic. And flippers in the dam.
Oh my god.
Fitting. Well, that definitely makes the play of coming down here fantastic, because now you can route all those. Look at this speed sync going on here, too. Whew.
Well, it's always exciting when the runners are just going straight at it and in sync for a while. Look at that. They get on that hammer already.
Yeah, hammering these mini Moldorms is not fun. They have picked up a fair amount of hearts so far, though, so that definitely helps.
Oh yeah. With the green mail right now, it's kind of nice to have some more hearts here. Makes the game kind of feel a little bit more NMG feel.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Kyong abandoning the hammer strats to go for bombs here, I don't blame him. Oh. Especially since you generally have to face north as well, where the hammer's hitbox is particularly bad.
Well, both runners are going to feel really happy finding that first sword for once. And boy, they got all the cash now. This is definitely one of those seeds where they gave you all the money up front.
Sure.
Okay. Oh man, that nice bomb drop.
Kyong going to forego Ice Rod Cave, at least for now, and just head immediately to the Zora area.
Well, there's definitely more chest density here. There's, of course, Zora Ledge, and of course Zora himself, so he has 4 places he can check here.
There's a power glove.
Oh my god. It's so bad. JSR forgetting he has real flippers. Of course, this is usually what happens when you play so much of these randos. Okay, he finally realized he's fine. It's kind of funny in the beginning, though, but that's all good. We got a blue mail from Zorafish, though. Of course, JSR is also happy he came up here. He got his power glove as well.
Yeah, it looks like we got blue threads off of Zora, too. Definitely seen worse off the fish.
And they're happy to go to the back of his gate now with the glove. I like this play by Kyong. Really nice. 3 chests here. Maybe a key.
Key and map. So definitely an item in the sewer chest.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to brave the dark.
Dark navigation. Here we go. I'm pretty sure both these runners are capable of doing this. That's why they're still in this tourney in the top 8.
So I got somebody in the chat asking about how the Jesus Walk works. For the version of it that you do coming out of the waterfall cave, as long as you have the Moon Pearl, if you get in there with fake flippers, when you exit the waterfall, the game does a check of your state. And because you have the Moon Pearl, the Moon Pearl check of whether or not you have the Moon Pearl sort of overrides the check of whether or not you're in the water. And so the game will put you on top of the water as if it's land. It's essentially how it works. So Kyong looks like he's going to be coming back down to do Hobo, whereas JSR is going to head over to Sahasrara and Eastern. So this looks like this will be like the first real big piece where runners are checking something that the other runner hasn't looked at, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like what they're doing. They're definitely checking all these what we call Sphere 1 spots, because they don't really require items to get to these spots in some sense. This is great. Gonna have the Zora check.
Yeah, and the reason why the Sphere 1 locations are prized by a lot of runners is because this version of the logic tends to be really, whatever you want to call it, breadcrumby, chain reactions based. If you don't check the initial locations you have available to you, you can't really know what chain the seed is trying to put you on for your more complex items.
Yeah, Sphere 1 is the Hobo. Sphere 0 is if you don't really need any items. Ooh, this is definitely interesting. They're stepping into 2 different dungeons.
Yeah. Kyong taking that hint that the book is going to lead to him something important and immediately diving into desert. The risk, of course, you run is that quite often you need the boots to get stuff out of here. So if boots are in, say, Eastern Palace, then this winds up being advantage JSR.
Okay, it's not boots lock because by finding that one particular key, you can progress in Desert Palace further. But the big key can still be on that torch, so Desert Palace, though it's a pendant.
Hook shot in Desert Palace.
Oh my god. Well, that's definitely a great item to have. I mean, they could sequence break if they wanted to get up Death Mountain. You can check out more. Oh,
actually, it's not because they have the flute.
Oh, that's true. The flute.
Not a fire.
Oh my god, but JSR found something really nice too. Oh man, that's true. The flute definitely allows them to go there.
So big finds for both racers here. And a sword upgrade sitting on the torch in desert.
Oh my god, that's a tease.
Oh,
totally
my
a tease.
Man, every time I get early desert, if I don't have boots, like deserts, I can finish it, except there's always something good sitting on that torch I have to come back for.
That's just wrong. That's just so wrong. See, why you do this? Why you do this?
Kyong heading out here. He's going to go check out at our boy Agena. And then I imagine he will be taking that hookshot and hammer immediately up to Death Mountain and taking a look at Tower of Hera.
Well, we did find 2 items in desert, so we probably won't be seeing anything in Lamola fights unless it's a Pedal Soulsea, which it's not. So no Lamola today, huh?
Oh, speaking of tease, the shovel in Agena's cave. Oh boy.
Oh, that's really nice to find as well. Fetch quest, everybody. Having fun.
Yeah, Kyong not even going to mess around with it. He's going to go check that shovel right now.
Yeah, usually you forget about it, especially because the shovel's hiding behind the flute. It's going to be something you... Oh, wow. JSR fights the Fisher Price shield.
That's right. Fitting for the man who used to hold the Fisher House Firehouse Rescue world record, finding the Fisher Price shield.
Now, let's see what Kyong decides to do. He's going to go... Okay, he's now going to do the Ice Ride Cave. All right.
Yeah, it looks like Kyong is... This is interesting, not bad, but interesting routing by Kyong in that he went to a lot of high-density locations in his first couple of checks, and now he has a high-density spot on the mountain and is opting to check the little one-off spots before going up there.
I'm curious if he's trying to think of finding a fire source of some kind, because he could do Hera in case he needs a fire source. That's probably... I'm wondering if he's thinking that in the back of his mind.
Yeah, you're right. That probably is the main thing he wants to make sure. And we know there is a fire source available in Eastern Palace.
Oh, he's taking the same play here as the JSR.
Yeah. Yeah, a little surprised he's not... You wouldn't get that hook shot at a desert and immediately try to take advantage of it, but like you said, the fire source is probably the main reason why he's looking at this. And who knows, there could be something like a lamp or something down here in Zelda's chest.
The two things that I generally like to also look for is, let's say in case we find the mitts and the pearl, then you have even more incentive to do all of the Death Mountain at one time.
That's true. Considering how the early game, if you don't find it like in just sitting in Kakariko or something, how the early game items tend to lead you to the Pearl location, I would imagine we're probably looking at the Pearl up on Death Mountain. Of course, I'll say that and it'll be in Zelda's chest, but...
It might be, but hey, it could be Vanilla Pearl like you're saying. Uh-oh, DSR has to be careful here. Oh, man. Takes that death. He was trying to go for a death warp here, but he should probably kill the guy first.
So he didn't get to check Zelda's chest, I guess. So hopefully this doesn't burn him.
Wow, he's going straight up Death Mountain.
So Zelda's chest has just a little love in it, which seems fitting, but that will not hurt JSR in the long run. Assuming he doesn't come back down there looking for something later, that would be the one danger that would be left.
Wow, this is interesting. They're both in dark nav rooms. Well, we know the most important thing for JSR is later on he's gonna have to go into desert to get that hook shot. Even though hook shot might not be required for Swamp Palace, if you don't know how to hover, you definitely need the hook shot in order to cross the Lamolus 2. I mean, Moldor 2 in Gan's Tower.
And I can confirm JSR is not a hoverer, so he will definitely need that hook shot.
That's definitely a requirement for pretty much everybody runner if you're not Andy.
Or TGH.
Yep, those guys. Cheaters.
Cheaters.
Well, JSR's making the right play. He has to come here. It was inevitable. He had to come here.
Kyong, of course, will have a lot more of Death Mountain that he can knock out here since he has the hookshot already, but he could run into an issue in Tower of Hera if it's basement required, which when JSR heads back up there, he will not have that problem.
Yeah, that's the one thing, like I was saying, I think he was probably trying to get something like that, or maybe looking out for Mitz or Pearl when he gets up here in the mountain. Those are kind of two things I think about when I head up Death Mountain.
Yeah, so for a quick summary of what we've seen so far, both runners had incredibly, they essentially did the same things all the way heading up into the Zora area. The main piece of divergence that we've seen is JSR has been into Eastern Palace and Sahasrarla's hut, which is where he picked that fire rod up from. Whereas Kyong, who just found Titan's Mitts up on Death Mountain, has been in Desert Palace already, which contains the hookshot.
JSR absolutely not even checking Desert, just went to the shovel right away, which is... I know he can't progress any further almost once he digs up this place.
Yeah, he'll be going back there. This honestly isn't that big a deal since he has the flute and just back.
It should be, yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, there's that pearl!
Yeah, we also have some fungus among us in that cave as well.
Fetch quest delights, everybody.
So there is full Dark World access now for Kyong at 2130. It's real super interesting. He's basically going to be able to clean out just about all of Death Mountain in one shot here.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you earlier. Like, let's say you find those Mitts and Pearl. Makes it really convenient. Well, Lumberjack hasn't been checked. It kind of makes sense because I like some players' logic behind that is if you don't got the boots, you can't get the item anyway. So, yeah, once you have the boots, Lumberjack does seem like something that's going to be valuable to you.
There is, I agree with you, but there is an argument to be made that knowing if you need something out of there or not has some value as well, like especially if it winds up being your last item for go mode, let's say. Like, then you know that it's in there. But if you're diligent about always checking it once you find the boots, then yeah, generally speaking, it's totally fine to just leave it.
Yep. I think it makes sense because you route it in once you get the boots. Generally, you would save and quit and do the bonk rocks, and at that point, you just do it.
Exactly. It's really convenient for checking the other two, specifically boots lock locations.
And Kyong, of course, doesn't have that fire source, like you were saying. He's just going to have to just do this without it at the moment.
And we're down to a 50-50 here, it looks like. Either Moldorm has the goods or the basement does.
That's right. You got that key, so... This is going to be interesting here for sure.
Yeah, it didn't used to be like this, I don't think, but several versions ago they did update the logic so that every item in the game is obtainable, so you can't have something like boots in a boot lock location.
Yeah, we're not playing that kind of version in this this style. There is other modes like entrance shuffle where you can make the mode beatable, so you don't necessarily have to collect all the items or able to collect all the items. But this is not how the tourney is made. We're just doing the normal mode.
Oh, there is something in the basement.
Uh-oh.
That was
That's not
that
good.
just fell on Kyong's head.
But he does get that first crystal, so it is a crystal 5 and 6 combo nation there. And what does that entail for us?
So getting crystals 5 and 6 allows the players to purchase the super bomb from the bomb shop in the Dark World where Link's house would be. And that allows you to get the 2 items that represent the vanilla silver arrows and gold sword inside the pyramid. That's the bow!
Oh my god! Oh, jeez, that's pretty trolly.
The bow is on the ether tablet. And there's the sword upgrade boots locked in desert. We know that.
Oh my god, the D is right there. Oh, that absolutely means sword upgrade required to get the D.
That's right, yeah. Sword upgrade, absolutely. Well, actually, yes, because we have crystal. We have a crystal at Eastern, so yes. Now, of course, there could be another sword that's available aside from that one somewhere, but we will definitely need at least one to even think about getting into Ganon's Tower.
JSR is gonna find out that he's like, "Oh man, I have to come back." And this is one item you definitely need required to beat the game, no matter what seed you're playing, is the bow.
That's right. If Eastern and Pod are both pendants, you can theoretically get into Ganon's Tower without it, but you can't beat Ganon's Tower. There are a couple of red pendant rooms that require the bow.
Ooh, Turtle Rock was Crystal 5, Green Pendant was Pod. I didn't really get a look at the other stuff, but we're still missing just like one pendant somewhere else, and the rest are crystals. Okay, someone says Thieves Town's red pendant. Okay, that's cool. Then we do got the rest then. Alright.
Man, early hammer, Thieves is a pendant every time.
Oh man. Can't take a break.
No, never. Alright, so I mean JSR could opt to skip it. I mean, you've picked up the Moon Pearl and the Mitts already. Could opt to skip the basement, but I imagine he probably won't. I imagine he'll, considering Fire Rod in Eastern isn't necessarily something you would guarantee to do before you come up here, I would imagine you make the time investment to see if there's anything important there.
Oh, we do know what medallion we need for Turtle Rock.
Almost.
Oh yeah, Bombos. And we're in Hookshot Cave here.
Just a whole bunch of junk so far.
Yeah, nothing spectacular. I mean, Oh man, no, that Hookshot Cave was empty.
Kyong's gonna go turn that mushroom in by the looks of it. See what we have there.
Alright, that's a smart move here. It's only a flute away, so let's see what JSR does. I'm thinking, like you were saying, he's probably not going to risk not checking the basement for an item.
Yeah, he's going back in.
Yeah, there's just no doubt at this moment, because what if that is a sword upgrade or something? You can just get the D right there.
Right. I mean, it could be something like something that's not required to open up a lot would really hurt Kyong. So something like a required medallion or the ice rod would be humongous.
I see what JSR is doing. He's probably trying to Death Warp 2 without the mirror after this, so he can continue up the rest of Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's a smart play, and using the tiles is smart because they count as a trap, so the blue mail doesn't reduce their damage like it will for the enemies in the next couple of rooms.
Of course, Kyong is finishing up the rest of, well, it looks like, I wonder if he's going to float away or is he going to continue on to do Eastern Palace here.
He's floating away.
Okay, he's going to miss out on that fire rod for now, then.
So he's going to check out the fire area.
That makes sense. Got Titan's Mint, right?
Looks like it was just bombs, just some blueberries growing in the Hera basement. So both runners have missed out on one solitary chest, and both of them are going to get away with it.
Oh, Vanilla Meyer. So we're going to have to find 2 different medallions today.
I'm sure the first one we'll run across will be Quake, just because that's the way it always works.
I already see chat saying bird toss hype. No checkerboard because no mirror. Yeah. Ooh. That's an item that I would love to have all the time. I mean, mirror helps your routing so much because you can do a lot of things from the Dark World side into the Light World side. It just makes life so much easier.
Yeah. Mirror is definitely my favorite item to get early for sure. It just means you can just route on the overworld in particular just so much easier.
Oh, we're going to Value Woods for Kyong here.
Yeah. So this is the other advantage that JSR will have by having that fire rod, is he'll actually be able to knock this whole dungeon out in one swoop if he so chooses, whereas Kyong is guaranteeing himself a second trip in here.
Yeah, JSR is going to have that nice one-way trip because of that fire rod. And it actually is crystal. Really nice.
Now, obviously, Skullwood's not a long dungeon. Certainly, if you're going to double dip a dungeon, Skullwoods is an excellent one to have to do. But when you're as good as both of these guys are, any advantage you can get, you'll take.
And we just saw JSR do the hookshot trick there. Squeezes in. Oh, he pushes the block. He's able to hookshot to the other block.
Yeah, really nice hookshot clip through the spikes on Kyong's end as well. Hookshot tech from both players.
You know, bomb jump here from Kyong. Looks like he lined it up correctly. See the pixel with the, there you go. Ah, just the key.
So JSR will be finding his garbage hookshot cave here. I mean, I think theoretically, Blue Mail and 13 Hearts, you could survive Spike Cave if you play it perfectly, or close to perfect. But
you definitely can. There's some techniques you can use to get past a lot of things. Like when you hammer down the pegs, you can bomb yourself so you don't take a full heart of damage. And then in the end, you can also do the same thing. When you lift the block, you technically are invulnerable. So then you can bomb yourself there to take yet another heart of damage, so half heart.
Right. I think there's also actually safe squares behind the torches as well. I believe you can stand there and bomb yourself or some. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting with that many hearts. It's possible for him to finish that by using some strats with the blue mail upgrade they have.
But yes, the logic never assumes you need to take damage to do anything. So that would definitely be a sequence break as far as we know currently to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Logic doesn't require you to do anything insane like that. They don't want you to tank damage.
So JSR is going to do the backwards routing here from Hype Cave through up to Village of Outcasts, I would assume. You're going to be able to knock, with the Titan's Mitt, you can knock out absolutely everything here except for the South Grove Cave without the mirror.
Looks like chat's trying to get hyped up for Hype Cave.
There's Bombos.
Oh, okay. We do got something that we need. After all, we do need that for Turok.
That is a non-zero Hype Cave right there. I would give that Hype Cave, what, a 3.54 out of 10?
3.54 out of 10. All right. I see that chat kind of agrees with you on that. Bombos is still nice, though. I mean, what if you're forced to fight Cold Stare and you have this really bad item still?
I mean, we know the runners aren't getting half magic at this point, so yeah, Cold Stare with only like 4 or 5 fire rod shots and the hammer is no fun.
Absolutely. Ugh. So having Bombos to break that ice and giving you more magic to do fire rod shots is going to be a nice feature to have here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we're getting a trip, of course, into Thieves Town. Maybe the first 4 chests by kill. A lot of runners I see do that, and then they peace out.
Oh, hey, hello. Sort of
Oh my
great
god!
Kind of a curious choice to save and quit from there. Oh, there's an ice rod!
Oh my god! First 4 chests! I wonder if JSR is gonna flute and try to get the bow right away. I mean, I'd be thinking bow right here.
Could be. He's checking out the mire area first, it looks like.
Probably intel for the medallion required. Oh yeah, Kyong's death warping out. I mean, like I was saying, that usually some players just like to do the first 4 chests and thieves now.
So yeah, JSR coming up to Death Mountain. No point to come up here unless he's getting the bow, so that's almost certainly what he's doing. Unless he's footing away. Which... okay. Okay.
Wow, really? Doesn't want to get that bow.
Yeah, not sure why you would save and quit when you were already here, just to check the mire area out. I mean, if you were like your mire medallion away from go mode or something, I could see that, but...
He's probably doing Skull Woods here. He's probably going to complete it because he has the fire rod. It makes sense to just finish it off when he's there.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely like the Skull Woods play. And we know from Kyong checking it that both the items are in the 2 fire rod lock locations. So it'll be interesting to see what we get out of it when he gets there.
Mm-hmm. But Kyong's going to be happy about this place that he's checking right now. He's going to get his Master Sword, which means he can get that bow now as well.
Yeah, JSR definitely knows where the bow is. He definitely checked the tablet out before he went into the Tower of Hera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both runners are absolutely in the know about that, unless he probably doesn't understand what it meant. That's the only worry I have, is in that sense, yeah.
The bow hint is not particularly cryptic, so I would imagine he probably does.
I would think so. I mean, it did say you want to be an archer class.
So yeah, you definitely want to make sure you grab the blacksmith here if you have the flute. Once you save and quit, you're a quick flute away from bringing him in.
Looks like we're having a frog tour here by Kyong.
JSR struggling a little bit with the bomb jump. I think he has it this time. There it is.
Yeah. Nice one. He's gonna find that's key, of course.
So Kyong will grab his Bombos medallion out of Hype Cave here before I'm sure he'll be saving and quitting after this.
Mm-hmm.
No point in gambling pod from here when you know where the bow is.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something you probably wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you want to full clear dungeons that you can based on the items you have, and they do have intelligence to know where that bow is, so that definitely helps a lot. And pod is actually a green pendant, so it'll be interesting to see if they dive into there, or when they will.
Yeah, I think for Kyong, he'll bring the blacksmith back here, and then I imagine he'll come up and grab his bow, because he has not done Eastern yet. So I imagine that's what he will be doing.
Alright, what's that smith gonna give us today?
Sort of interesting too between Skull Woods and Eastern that you can single trip one or single trip the other, but not both.
Yeah, it is kind of weird because of the item.
Yeah.
And so far, based on what we saw, there's there was no choice but to have to double dip Death Mountain no matter what to get the bow. And Mothula is down.
And he did drop a map, so there must have been bombs or something in one of the other chests that we missed. But I'm pretty sure that that chest under the boardwalk there is going to have something.
Mm-hmm. I think Kyong is probably heading straight to pick up his bow. It makes perfect sense right now if he's going up here.
So Blue Cane is interesting. That technically brings...
Ooh.
Blue Cane is actually really interesting. That technically brings the pedestal into play. Well, sorry, the pedestal was already in play, which technically means that Spike Cave is no longer a logic break.
Yeah, Spike Cave is no longer a logic break for having the Blue Cane. Yeah.
Well, you also need a source to extend your magic as well, and we actually haven't found a bottle. But half magic is theoretically available to you. Because we can complete all 3 pendant dungeons based on what we know. Actually, we don't have the lamp yet. Actually, scratch that. We need the lamp to theoretically, logically be able to do pod. At least.
Let's see what he decides to do now. JSR is starting to run out of places. I wonder he's gonna... Let's try to check. Okay. So he'll probably go to Vigil Outcast. Finish up maybe what Kyong has done. But you know, they did finish... Oh man, Double-Chested Fairy is going to be interesting in this seed though. If they get the cane, we know where Ice Rod is. That may come into play once they find that. Yeah. That one red cane, right?
Yeah, sure. With all those other items for Turtle Rock being so relatively available, if I ran across the red cane soon, I would be heavily suspicious of Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
So Ice Rod is in the first 4 chests of Thieves Town, so it looks like JSR is on his way there right now.
Well, that's going to be good, because Ice Rod's one of those items that's really hard to find, and usually if you find that in the late game, you start to worry a lot, because you can pretty much search anywhere for it.
Yeah, it's definitely in that group of items that can just literally be just about anywhere.
It gives you definitely a comforting feeling once you find it, so now you know it's like, oh, the sea can't possibly troll me with that item, because...
Right. There are a few other items that can fall in there as well that you might not even necessarily think of, like the boots or the hookshot. When you really think about it, there are actually very few locations that are strictly locked out by those items, so they can be in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. At this moment, we really don't want to say who's winning or who's losing, because there's still so many items.
Yeah. And after that early sync we had, they've really diverged a lot in how they've decided to do things, so it's really hard to say exactly who has an advantage right now.
Yep. Alright, JSR's doing the same thing. He's opting to leave the rest of Thieves Town behind, just checking the first 4 chests.
He's pulling his flute out again, so not going for his bow.
So kind of interesting.
Palace, like... Yeah, definitely on our way to Ice. Ice is a pretty high value location in this version of the logic, and you've got everything you need to do it. So can't complain about this decision.
Yeah. He definitely has all the items to look for the whole thing. He has the hook shot. Doesn't have to do any bomb jumps of any sorts.
I'm going to take a stab at the reason why JSR has not opted to go up and get his bow yet is because he knows he's Cane of Samaria away from finishing Turtle Rock. And so is kind of thinking, you know, if I get the Cane of Samaria, I can theoretically save myself a trip up Death Mountain.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does. It absolutely does.
Now, it could entirely happen that the Cane of Samaria is behind a bow lock location in Pod or whatnot, and this won't work. But I would imagine that's probably what he's thinking.
Alright, very nice kill by Kyong on the Armos there. Gets this other crystal. So we are tied in crystal count at the moment.
Yeah, and another good point Filian just made is that, I mean, if there's nothing important in Pod, you don't even need the bow, really, for quite a while. So not getting it is not really costing you an awful lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because pretty much JSR has done all of Eastern, so he knows doesn't really need to do much but finish it off now.
Yeah. Kyong following JSR into ice here.
Yep, smart play by both runners.
Filion, sorry. My apologies.
Oh wow, nice fairy drop right there for JSR. He's like, thank you.
Yeah, that early small key is really nice for routing Ice Palace out as well.
Oh, I love that. Getting that small key, just what JSR does right here for the routing. It's exactly why you like that key.
Yep. I mean, I did mention that earlier. Technically, the pedestal's not in play because technically you should have the lamp logically to be able to get the pendant out of Pod.
Oh, wow.
But of course, the lamp could be anywhere.
We got that cape now.
Got that cape. Yeah, really nice. I mean, we may not wind up getting that other sword upgrade. Boots could be buried in Ganon's tower or something, and we never see it. So, cape for Ganon is a really nice safety.
Alright, a burrito for JSR. See how he routes this. I mean, you go down here. You can also climb back up the stairs based on if you found the item or not. Alright, he does the upstairs route and then falls in the trap room and then uses the key to the tea room. Makes sense.
Yeah. He may not know the bomb jump setup to come back from this side.
Yeah. This is much easier to do though, because
Yes.
he has that key. Way easier. Oh, he's collecting magic because he wants to have some fire rod shots for
Old Stair, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Only Master Sword, yeah, I would.
Makes perfect sense to me. Here is the dreaded tea room where people lose dreams here and lose races when they skip it.
Quack Medallion, which we know is not needed.
The one medallion we don't need. Yeah, this is the way to route, so now you can just hook shot across or fall, depending if you found the chest. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, looks like Cold Stair's got item number 3.
Alright. Found 2 keys. Yep. Has to be it then.
Nice bomb jump from Kyong there. So you can see the time he's going to get to pick up on JSR by not having to go around and through that big room and fall down and all that stuff.
Yeah, really nice bomb jump. I think he's looking for more hearts.
Yeah, probably
Can't
looking
see
for
why
more.
he's
This might seem like an overtly safe play, but dying on Cold Stare, I believe, is statistically the longest death you can take in terms of the excess time it takes you to get back.
Yeah, I don't blame him, and he shouldn't be doing this. He should have used the bombos, even though it takes longer. The fact is, the damage of the fire rod shots would help him out.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's okay.
I would, for the safety of not dying, I would definitely sacrifice a few seconds on the Bombos medallion animation for sure. That being said, he's having a fantastic Cold Stare.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Really well done.
I think he's gonna get one more shot there.
Oh, and a mirror!
Holy moly! Mirror and Ice Palace. You know what that means then? We got access to a certain Swamp Palace now, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do. As much as runners don't like it, that's where I would be headed right now.
I mean, 6 chests in Swamp. Not sure why he's saving quitting now. Is he... He has that mirror now. I think he's thinking about going to, let's see what he's doing. He's gonna pick up the bow, maybe.
Yeah, deciding he's gonna grab his bow now.
Alright.
This is pretty curious. I mean, for me, you've put this bow off, for me at least, you've put the bow off hoping you run across the Cane of Samaria. There's a real good chance it's in Swamp Palace, and yet you decide to get the bow now. It's curious.
That's the part I was wondering about myself, but oh well. He's opting to go pick it up now. Maybe he's gonna do Spike Cave, who knows? After.
Yeah, he definitely could opt to do that after this. I mean, I don't think the floating island had anything important, so might as well just knock that square out while you're up here. Well, apparently not. Yeah, that's interesting. This is really, really interesting. The bow doesn't really help you in Swamp Palace. Kind of a curious time to decide to go and get it.
I think the reason why he did it was now he's gonna, if he does the pod combo with Eastern Palace now, that's probably a potential thought that he might be thinking of it.
Alright, that's a good point, Christos. It is a lot quicker to go up there that way with the mirror as opposed to going around. That's true.
Mm-hmm. It definitely was a lot faster to get bow with the mirror way.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, hey, I'm not in the top 8, so what do I know? But if it was me, if I'd waited this long, I would have checked to see if Samaria was in Swamp before going to get it, because since the bow doesn't really help you in Swamp all that much.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking he might be thinking of going to pod and then mirroring the Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, if you come up dry in Swamp, pod is definitely it looks like your best play.
Exactly, and I think it makes sense because he knows he's going to have to finish Eastern anyways. He's going to probably do Eastern and then, if he doesn't find anything, he's going to go into pod and just, that's it, Oh, and look at that. We got something special in Swamp Palace first chest.
There we go. Got that red cane. So
the cane comes into play. So we can do T-Rock if we want to do right now. We can't do Meyer just yet because we don't have that Ether Medallion.
Yep. Now, Turtle Rock, I mean, as much as it sucks climbing Death Mountain again, I mean, I think it makes all the sense in the world.
Yep. He could definitely full clear T-Rock too at this point. There's nothing that he needs. I mean, I know some players like to think, oh, well, you need the lamp. Yes, you technically can, but these runners are fully capable of dark navving. Oh my god, Kyong! Oh my god, this is dangerous.
He's got it though. No problem.
Oh, very nice.
Easy every time. Monthila's never trolled anybody, not once.
Clutch play gets his next crystal.
Yeah, this race actually is really close because JSR is going to have to go back through Eastern Palace, which Kyong already has finished. So this is super close between both of these two guys. JSR making the right play through Swamp and just heading to the back.
Oh, interesting. Did he get the two chests below?
No, he didn't. And he just realized, wait a minute.
I was wondering about there for a second. I was like, what are you doing, man?
I still need that ether.
He just walked right by those chests. I'm like, wait a second. He did realize it. He came to his senses.
I'll have to give him a hard time about that one later.
That was just pretty funny of him. Yeah, there are 3 items, and the fact that we found a burrito here, it makes it more likely that West Side Swamp has at least an item at the moment.
I don't think we found Big Key, have we? That's decent chance that that's on Argus.
Oh, look at this. Final Flame resub hype here. Thank you so much. And look at this. Kyong, of course, making the same play too. It's smart. He's going to find his lucky cane, right? No one skips that first chest, especially when you're looking for stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think in the back of their mind, they're thinking, oh, T-Rock. Once they got that red cane, they're like, T-Rock.
I certainly would. Oh, hey! Look at that lamp.
Oh my, of course. Of course. Alright, that makes everything much easier. And now it spells T-Rock even further.
Yep, it sure does. And does put Spike Cave in play logically now that we can logically access half magic.
Mm-hmm.
JSR skipping out on left side swamp.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, immediately heading to Turtle Rock.
It's definitely one of the gambles that comes back and bites you the most if you end up having to come back there because you have to reopen the whole Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's just pretty much looking just for Ether, though. I'm thinking that's probably what he's thinking on the back of his mind. Or potentially Boots if Ganon's Tower's Torch requires it. That's the only thing I can think of in the back of my mind now. What potentially can stop him.
Yeah, the thing with Left Side Swamp, it certainly could have the Ether Medallion, and that would be awful for JSR if it does. But at some point, if you wander around trying to 100% the seed, your opponent is going to skip something that's eventually to get pick up time on you. So unless you feel like you have a significant execution advantage on your opponent, and there's no way JSR feels like he is significantly better than Kyong in that aspect, you do have to make some decisions, some hard decisions here or there at some point.
Yep. Let's see what he gets in Turtle Rock. I mean, there's quite a few chests here. I think one of the worst things possible to also find in Swamp. Let's say he finds Kyong finds the boots in Swamp.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be. Silver Arrows, Left Side Swamp wouldn't be good either.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that would become an advantage for Kyong if he does is because we know where that other sword upgrade is at the moment.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're just one short trip of mirroring when you do Meyer over there, and you're going to be able to get your tempered then. Yeah, the seed is definitely crazy in the sense that we haven't found a single bottle yet.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
Oh, well, that was an early big key for T-Rock, though. Let's see if Kyong gambles here, or he decides to go back. I mean, the conservative play, of course, is to go back, because then you don't have to open up this place anymore.
Kyong opting to skip out on it as well. He is going to check Bombos, though. I don't think JSR did this.
No, JSR did not, so this is actually a good check for him.
There's our first bottle. Maybe Sick Kid is holding our Ether Medallion.
It's a nice first bottle, though. It's a fairy in a bottle, right?
Yep. Alright, so defense advantage now for Kyong with the red mail on Bombos.
Ah, that's what Mambo's hiding. Some more protection.
Looks like he's going to go out and check up the south of the Groves. Spot is here as well.
He does have that mirror, so it makes sense.
Not much else of interest in Turtle Rock just yet.
And lots of hearts, though, as you can see on JSR's side.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kyong's just following JSR into Turtle Rock. Taking into account the time JSR needs to kill the Armos Knights, this is super, super close.
Yeah, this is definitely close. Probably gonna get a Mimic Cave check, of course, because they're still looking for things. You definitely don't want to come back here again.
No reason to pass it up, for sure.
One-time check only, guys. Yeah, JSR is behind one crystal. He has to definitely finish Eastern Palace for sure. But at this point, I kind of feel like it's not that terrible a thing. He's probably going to combo that with Pod if he doesn't find his Go mode stuff here.
Yeah. Oh, tempered.
Oh, man. Well, if you really want butter, you're going to have to get boots.
Yeah. Even if they find boots, I think Butter Sword's going to sleep on that torch forever.
I think so, too. At this point, there's really hardly any kind of advantage for that one at this moment.
I suppose they do still have to do Mire at some point. I suppose you could mirror in there from the side. It would be pretty quick, and you can mirror right back out.
That's true, but it's going to be interesting to see if they really want to go get that one.
And of course, obviously, you would need to find boots first, which is no guarantee.
Yeah, no guarantee. At this moment, we don't know if boots really is required or not, because the only thing that would require it right now, logically, would be if the torch in Ganon's tower is requiring that boots.
That's right.
Or if Boots is hiding our medallion that we're still missing.
Alright, so JSR is heading into the laser bridge room. This is usually where the value is in Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we have our Ether Medallion.
Alright.
Getting bodied by the beetle.
Is he going to use the safety door?
Yeah.
Alright, makes sense to me.
I know that JSR is a fantastic runner of this game, but I know laser skips is not something he's particularly comfortable with. Not having a ton of magic for the Cane of Burna, I imagine he's going to want to take this careful.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Of course he finds the key first.
And the burrito. Doesn't matter what order you do the bridge in, the item is always in the last chest.
Always seems to be the case, but look at this! Turtle Rock so far not coming in with the goods, but Trinex does have something. And maybe, yeah, as chat pointed out, we did find our first bottle here.
And yeah, JSR proving me wrong with perfect laser skips. Maybe the dude's been practicing.
This is a really good Trinex fight by JSR as well.
That's the best thing about finding Tempered where they did, is it really makes Trinex a lot easier.
Alright, what will the item be?
Really nice Trinex fight for JSR as well.
Okay, so nothing of value pretty much, but it does open something else. Remember, Turtle Rock is part of the combination of our Crystal 5 and 6 too.
That's true. So a really nice route here would be to grab your Super Bomb, check up the pyramid and the Fat Fairy locations, and then head over to your Pod Eastern from there.
Yeah, but keep in mind they also have Sick Kid because they got that bottle.
That's right.
Oh wow, he's just going straight to Pod.
Just going straight there.
It's like, forget all this. I got complete crystals here. He might finish off Eastern Palace first by mirroring, and then he'll go into Pod after. It is the right play, for I would say.
Especially if Armo still has an item. I don't know if they do or not.
If I recall, I think he might have. I just don't remember. But I know that it obviously isn't our Go mode item because Kyong already did it.
Right.
JSR this time wisely walks Kiki all the way to make sure he opens it and not lose out on Kiki last time.
Yeah, he is gonna polish Eastern off here first.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking because there was an item still. It makes more sense to do that, and he has to do it anyways. And see, like I was saying, this race is really darn close because once JSR finishes this, it's probably about the same time Kyong is going to finish Trinex too.
Yeah, it should be pretty close. I think JSR will have a slight advantage, but it'll be really small.
Yeah, it's very, very close. And now we're still looking for the Ether Medallion, of course. That is the potential go mode item. Because why we say that is Gan's Tower's Torch could require the boots, but we don't know. And they did pretty much the identical routing through Thieves Town and Swamp Palace, which was pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, they did. They both opted to just check the first 4 and Death Warp out of Thieves, and they both skipped left Swamp.
Yeah. The deadly gamble. I hope it pays off, though. I mean, it could. You never know.
So both runners are going to be into their boss fights pretty much simultaneously. Armos is a quicker fight, so JSR will be out first, but...
Yeah, this is why I'm saying it's going to be pretty close in terms of what they've accomplished, but if JSR does pod right after, and then if Kyong decides to walk there, then JSR has a slight lead because he's already there. Well, if pod's like a bust and has nothing, then obviously Kyong made a better choice. So
right.
you really have no idea what's going on here. Because Kyong might even opt to just do double-chested fairy right after this. And what if that's the go mode item?
Yep, for sure. Ether could just be sitting on top of that pyramid too, for all we know.
Oh yeah, no one's done that. Or it could be at Catfish. Ooh. Well, we know the history behind Catfish for JSR.
Right.
He hates that Catfish. He will not go there unless it's like a last resort usually.
And as funny as the meme about JSR hitting Catfish is, it's not like he's just not going to go there on principle. It's so far out of the way, he's not going to route himself to Catfish before he has to.
Ooh. We're getting that Spike Cave check.
Spike Cave checked, yep.
I mean, this is the last thing he can do up the mountain, so it is smart of him to finish it off and not ever have to come back again. And with this many hearts, he doesn't even have to use any cake.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a red goo! Okay, nice. For all that damage you just took.
So Kyong does have a few more safeties than JSR for their Ganon's Tower, which is not insignificant.
Oh, look at that. Well, JSR's one up a safety there, though.
And he has optimal Aghanim 2 strats. I mean, come on. So Kyong heading to pod as well. Really surprised neither guy checked Sick Kid for how quick that is.
Well, this is kind of like the last dungeon that I think JSR would check besides going back to Thieves Town, I would think. Because pretty much there's not much left.
Yeah. Yeah, a little surprised on not checking Sick Kid quickly. A little surprised on not doing the Super Bomb trek before coming here. But
yeah, I'm wondering about that right now. Are they going to do it right after this? I mean, that's the perfect time to check Pyramid as well, of course. I think the routing, if I were thinking about it, would be double-chested fairy check, of course, for the pyramid, and then you're going to check the pyramid while you're up there. And if it's not there, route your way to Catfish and get your way up to Graveyard Ledge, because no one's done the Graveyard, I don't think, yet.
Right, yeah. That's one option. I would probably, if it was me, I would probably head from the pyramid directly over into Pod.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have done. Considering the game pretty clearly gave you everything for Turtle Rock. I don't want to say early, but by early mid-game, you could essentially finish Turtle Rock off. I would be... Turtle Rock itself gave me nothing, but it unlocked 5 seconds.
Oh, baby! We
boots.
got something.
And
oh, my God! Okay, we're out of here! We are out of here!
Forget all that prognostication.
Clearly the play.
Clearly.
Clearly Pod was what we wanted to do. And of course, chat erupts. We are definitely in go mode, folks.
So do you go that 30 seconds or so out of the way for butter?
I don't know. I don't know at this point. I mean,
it doesn't look like it.
I do not think so. Oh! Look
at wait a minute. There was the hesitation there.
It was. This could come down to routing Ganon's tower right now. That's all I have to say.
Oh! Denied!
Bird dismiss toss. Chat's going nuts right now, going, hey, what? What was that? JSR's like, I'm trying to win a race here. Get out of my way. I want to call that the bird skip, because it was on land and it skipped, right?
Bird skid, maybe?
Yeah, bird skid something. It definitely did skid off.
Oh, a board toss. I like that. I like board toss.
Like that.
That's
board
good.
Toss is nice. Oh man. Well, let's see if they know the logic here. If he finds a small key in this left side here, then the big key is in a vanilla location.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see if he checks this out. JSR does this route here. Of course, Kyong dashes immediately out, and he's also going to go into Mire right away since he's in go too.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so...
Pulling out Ether, not the mirror, so... Butter will, in fact, sleep on that pedestal forever, or on that torch forever.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely that they're going to go get that thing down.
Yeah.
Alright. It's either in vanilla location or that one chest over on the right side.
Yeah, I would attempt to avoid the, 14 seconds of animation it takes to open that wall.
Alright. Let's see what... Oh, he's going to use the key instead.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, he finds it!
Yep. Not going to be able to go out. Yep, there you go. Not going to be able to go through there without a small key, though.
No. That's what happens. He's now going to have to use the other route here. So he doesn't have to use a small key anymore. Now, keep in mind, JSR does have a fairy, so... Yeah, he has low health here, but he should be okay.
Yep. I mean, it's a little time consuming. You could, if you know it, you could fake powder in there. I don't think JSR ever turned the mushroom in.
I don't recall him doing it either, but then he's gonna have to use up a lot of magic. Oh, he did.
He
I
did.
don't see the
Okay.
mushroom anymore.
So never mind. Yep.
It's not on the menu. No fake powdering. Oh, look at that. Kyong wisely saving magic with his torching there.
Nope, got a bomb that one, JSR. Can't dash that one open.
No, he probably thought he could. Oh, that was fun. Alright, we are gonna get to Vidi fight. I mean, this is gonna be a fun one. I mean, he has all that magic. He could use some cape strats and dashing left and right across. That would be nice.
Yeah. Just have to be careful you watch it because you don't have a ton of health. He does have the fairy, but I mean, you'd really like to keep that for Ganon's tower just in case.
Yeah, that's just an option I would think of as well. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, there you go.
What?
Wow.
Okay. Right. We're good.
Gets that last arrow hit. Yeah, we're done. So, what time is it right now? There's this fun game we like to play, right?
There is. Well, on our way to Ganon's tower, there are 22 locations, 21 chests, and a torch that could hold our big key. Get your guesses in chat. Any subscriber to any of the Speed Gaming channels, anyone who's donated 250 bits, I believe anyone who's a Patreon supporter, if they don't fit in any of the other two groups, has a chance to get added to the leaderboard.
Wow, they start dumping that fairy. Is he thinking about buying?
He's buying a
blue?
pot. Yep.
Right. Trying to be safe here completely. I think he's preparing for the silverless Ganon if he doesn't get silver arrows.
Yeah. With not having half magic and knowing you're not getting it in GT, having a magic refill on hand as a safety, I totally see that as being reasonable.
Yeah. This is definitely a silverless Ganon preparation here, because there's absolutely no reason why, if you felt confident about it, you would grab that. You would just keep the fairy. Alright, and we will definitely keep you posted in terms of, keep guessing until he gets to the tower, of course. And at that time, we'll stop. Looks like chat's going crazy. There's someone put 1 through 22. Okay.
I don't think it works that way, but good try.
That would be amazing. If it actually worked, I'd be like, you are the winner because you guessed every single possible one and you're the only one who did right.
Yeah, so about a minute and a half lead here for JSR. Certainly, that's an amount of time that can be made up in GT with better choice for the big key or with better overall execution or some combination of both. Kyong is already going to pick up about 10 seconds or so because he did not stop for a potion.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're going to just about stop once he steps foot into Ganon's tower. So get the guesses in, last minute checks. Here we go, and he is in now, so stopping right now. Alright, traditional checks, of course. Usually we see most runners go to the right side first 2 chests. Alright, it's probably going to mirror out as usual. Oh, we're gonna see a dead Bob here.
Rip Bob.
Yeah, as soon as he whacked that torch, it brought Bob to death there. became Bob the normal fairy, anti-fairy.
Bob's gonna be fully closed for if we even get down there.
Oh wow, we found a red shield. Oh, of course, bottle. Now this is where all the bottles hiding. Late game, right? Late game.
Yeah, exactly where you need them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, empty one of all. JSR tried to bonk when he could just quick shot it from the top one there, but
that's the kind of thing that that makes me think nerves for sure.
Yeah. Probably gonna get the crossbar room, firewire ring here, and then he's gonna get over to Ranger room if it's not there. Switch.
Yeah. I mean, this is all time. This is important. This is time that Kyong, assuming he doesn't make the same mistakes, can pick up. But these are definitely the kind of things that that happen when you're nervous. You know the caliber of opponent you're up against. It's probably not sure whether he feels ahead or behind.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we are definitely going to get a random room check here.
Thank you for the 250 bits, Felix.
And by his gift, he unlocked 32 others' gifts for some reason, because they're having a fantastic theme right now on Twitch. Oh, and look at that! We get paired with the silver arrows, folks. So this Ganon fight will come down to silvers.
I mean, Kyong is going to get them as well.
Yeah. It's just silvers. Oh! Bad boy room for JSR.
Yep. Says, if I'm going to get into this room, I'm going to get those 5 arrows, dang it. I don't care if I already have 50.
The gifts for the sub things is you get some emotes. If you did get the emotes, it'll trigger to tell you that you got these fancy emotes. What is silvers? Silvers are silver arrows. In logic, they are required to kill Ganon with. And they also make quick work of ice armors right here, as you can see. Usually these require 3 normal arrows, but look at that, silvers makes it 1.
Yeah, and while they're logically required to kill Ganon, there is a way to kill Ganon without them. So that's why the runners were getting to Ganon, assuming they weren't getting them. But
oh, it's on the right side. It's either tile room or it's gonna be in the 4 chests. However, if you did right side and you did a Dark Magician strat, then you would be out of those silvers, because usually you don't go to random room ever if you did that.
Yeah, that's true. Having to finish with the right side and no half magic does mean you'll be shorter than usual on magic climbing Ganon's tower, which can be a little problematic in the gauntlet. Having the fire rod available to you is definitely nice. Certainly not necessary, but definitely nice.
There it is! There's that big key!
Yeah, and we're just out immediately. The only thing that I mean, we know it's not there, but the only thing that JSR even could even remotely help him would be the 4th bottle of red mail. So not gonna take a few seconds.
So I believe the winner of the big key guessing game was 18 then? It should be 18.
Would be 19, 20, 21 in that room, and 22 tile. Yep, 18.
18 it is. So big key 18. Put that in there. Let's see who got it. Jobo Cam. Ooh, nice, buddy. Let's save that in the records here. Very nice win for you, buddy. This is really close now. Now they're both going to be down Ganon's Tower Center.
Yeah, Kyong has definitely picked up a little bit of time in execution at the bottom part of GT here.
Yeah. Ooh, JSR gets past Gauntlet 2 really nicely. Gauntlet 3 is a little bit trolling him at the moment.
Just getting a piece of that Zazax.
Oh, that last one's always getting away.
Oh, nice dash skip through the cannonballs there for Kyong.
Oh, one cycle Lambo 2.
3 shots, 3 kills.
That was a pretty good pattern for Kyong in that Gauntlet 3, actually. That was nice. Yeah. Nice RNG going here.
Yeah, Kyong is definitely making up a little bit of time through the Gauntlet here. I think the only room so far that JSR has done faster was Kyong had a little bit of trouble in the second Mimic room. But I think he's picked up time everywhere else.
Yep, he has. And he makes a really good Lambo 2 kill, too. One cycle. Yeah, this is coming down to the wire here. They're definitely... Kyong is slightly closing the gap every second.
Only like, what, 3 rooms apart now?
Mm-hmm.
A Moldorm fall would be huge for either player.
Oh yeah, this is definitely something where they gotta be careful. Alright. Alright, we have Moldorm 2 now for JSR. Oh, gotta be careful about that.
Oh.
It's in full rage, but oh, gets out of it. Ooh. Took a little bit long, but makes it safely across. I wonder why he did that. Unless he's thinking of heart refill there.
Yeah,
because we knew where the butter was. Or mail, I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know where the red mail is. Probably that's why he decided.
Yeah. Kyong definitely having a faster Moldorm 2 fight, so
yeah.
Catching up here a little bit.
Oh, this is super close.
Oh man. I think that was
2, I think.
Yeah, it looked like. Oh, this is a good pattern here. Oh, one with terrible blue ball.
Yep.
Oh, almost a triple.
Just missed the triple. Yep.
And they're both here, so this is it's coming down closer and closer.
So Kyong made up what, about a minute 15, give or take.
Now this is all about execution down this Ganon fight. Who has the better Ganon fight at the moment? Because Kyong is definitely doing pretty much the same cycle attitude here.
Almost exactly the same.
Yeah, it's literally almost exactly the same.
Kyong lost a couple of seconds because of that last ball hit, maybe virtually the same.
Alright, this is going to be interesting. Of course, 12 flashes in the beginning. Oh, Kyong might... Kyong might be able to one-cycle the beginning, so...
Yeah.
That will definitely keep him catching up here.
Wow, JSR
nicely dodged that with that slash. I thought he was gonna body for
That was super nice phase too.
Gonna definitely potion here. Just gotta be careful now, that's all. These Ganon warps coming into play.
Into phase 4 now for JSR. I think I just missed that. Oh man!
Oh, wow.
Those fire bats can knock you with an insane amount of velocity, way more than you would think.
Oh yeah. All right, JSR wraps it up here. He gets that final silver arrow.
Nicely done. Phase 4, Ganon apart. Super close race.
A fantastic race by both the runners, and he gets the double kill.
Wow. Geez, but what a great race. JSR finishes in first with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 20 seconds. Kyong92 right behind him with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 40 seconds. A 20-second difference.
Oh my god. That is what you call a fantastic race, everybody, and glad you all can join us for it. That was amazing by both runners, and of course, if you enjoyed what you saw from both the runners, of course, give them a follow. They definitely deserve it. And aren't you entertained by that race? Aren't you entertained? And let's see if we can get any of them in here. I see JSR hiding over there. Hey, congratulations, JSR. James, you did a wonderful job.
Indeed, congratulations. Getting that push to talk set up, probably.
I've seen that.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Sorry, I'm a little shaky. I'm shaking like a leaf right now.
I can't blame you, man. I mean, look at how close Kyong was behind you.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to watch this one back because I was nervous after that. I mean, I felt like I was playing okay at first, but when I went to Desert and saw the hook shot there, and then I found that the bow was on Death Mountain, I'm thinking to myself, I could have routed this so much better. And after I died in Escape trying to do the death abuse, I was rattled. So I kind of said, I know who my opponent is. I've raced against him many times. He's really, really good. He's one of the best. And if I don't make a gamble here, and I did, I made some gambles that I don't normally do, and I'm not sure what I missed up on, but I'm glad I took him, because going left side in Swamp would have cost me the race, or going and checking the Vanilla Big Key in the woods would have cost me the race. I mean, now that I know how close it was, I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Now, funny you bring that up, James, because you know what? Kyong did the same gambles he did on that side, too.
Yeah.
You go back and you watch this, and he did the same stuff in Thieves Town as you did, and he did the same in Swamp Palace. So we're like, oh my god, if you two... You definitely would have suffered the same consequences if that was something.
And then when I went, when I had Turtle Rock, the only thing I needed for Go was Ether. I mean, it was a really nice bonus getting the boots, but I was just looking for the Ether medallion. And when I got it in, when I got done with Turtle Rock, I was thinking to myself, you've got to be kidding me. I know it's going to be in Swamp or something stupid. I know it. And I just had a feeling. Pod usually likes to troll, and I just had this feeling that Pod had value. I mean, even if it ended up being the Silver Arrows or something, I don't know. And it just so happened to give me the boots, which at the time I still had Master Sword. So, or no, I had Tempered by then. I'm sorry. But you know, that was just a really, really good pod, that one little area.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, yeah, I was pretty pumped, but I'm not surprised it was this close. I mean, Kyung's one of the best there is. Very underrated runner. I'm shocked that I even got one of these. I'm honestly shocked.
Well, we're gonna grab Kyung in here. It looks like he's getting ready, so get him in here. Hey, Mr. Kyung. What a fantastic race, buddy.
Thank you.
GG, man. Wow, that's got to be an amazing watch. I can't wait to watch it back. And thank you so much for the race, man.
You guys made it very interesting because you guys did the same gambles. I was like, Swamp Palace, you guys both left the left side behind.
Yeah, that was... You guys were, like, for maybe, like, the first, maybe 15 minutes or so, were, like, dead in sync. Like, you did virtually the same thing the whole way through. And then JSR did the early Eastern and Kyong did the early Desert. And that's where you guys sort of split. And then you came back together around Ice Palace, and you were basically running neck and neck the whole time. And we were like, JSR looks like he has a small lead, but he also has to kill the Armos Knight still. And yeah, basically it was a travel distance from Turtle Rock to Pod difference at that point. If you want to break it down, unfortunately, Kyong, I think checking Bombos in the South Grove Cave after Swamp, I mean, that was...
I mean, there were multiple small things that I could have done differently. So.
For sure. Spike Cave, another one, but yeah, absolutely. But it's 20 seconds.
Yeah, what was kind of game breaking was that when I saw that Bo was in Ether Tablet.
Oh, yeah.
By that point, I was pretty certain that there was still something Eastern, not necessarily Bow blocked, but there was probably something Eastern. So I was hoping the mirror would be there, but since it wasn't, I could easily do Ice Palace before and do that change so much quicker. Which I think that kind of punished me quite a bit.
Yeah. And we have to say, Kyong, your Ganon's Tower was super impressive because you went into Ganon's Tower about a minute and a half behind JSR and you finished 20 seconds behind him. Like, your Ganon's Tower was superb.
If I had splits, that probably would be a gold split for me.
Yeah.
I would agree on that.
Because that actually felt like a really good Ganon's Tower on my end. I mean, obviously, I checked 21 chests. But other than the gaff in the hookshot room, and I had a 2-cycle Wizrobe room, but did you go right side first, Kyung, or did you go left?
I did the normal route, to right, then left.
Same route.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's that, and yeah, your GT wasn't bad, JSR. That's just how good Kyong's was. It was super impressive.
Oh man, well, I can't wait for game 2. And
hopefully 3.
Thank you so much.
Milk this one, guys.
Sure. Yeah, I hope game 2, win or lose, I hope our game 2 is this close, man. That had to have been an awesome show for the people watching, and I'm just really thankful to be here. And you guys, Hiei, Zyrak, thank you for the commentary, Speed Gaming for the restream. I really appreciate everybody.
Well, absolutely. Thank you to runners, man. You definitely made a fantastic race for us all to watch. So thank you so much.
All right, I will see everyone tomorrow, and we'll do game 2 tomorrow. GG again, Kyung. Thank you, man.
Yeah, GG. Thanks everybody as always.
Yeah, shoutouts to Fiesel for the restream and to MF Felian for jumping in last minute to do the tracking for us. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the main today. I know we have a secondary tourney still going on, and that match is going to be really early in the morning.
Yeah. I think the next main tournament match is Cranston Gerdo tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Yeah, and Fiesel's already telling us what's next here. Breath of the Wild up next. Nice.
Alrighty.
All right, without further ado, thank you so much to my partner Zyrak for commentating with me. I'm going to give him the final say for tonight.
All right. Thank you to you as well, Hiei. Everybody else for watching. Be sure to come back again. And I'm Delarak, and we'll see you all next race. Have a good night.